So, hi, Dr. Viva. Why don't you introduce yourself and give me some background about how you got involved with social aspects regarding the Black community?
Oh, so thank you so much for joining. How are you today? My name is Dr. Viva White. I am a social worker by profession. I have my bachelor's is in social work, master's is in social work, and my PhD is also in social welfare. However, I got interested when I during my late adolescence, my early when I got into college, because I'm a non-traditional student, in particular communities, they bring you to this certain level of righteousness, of consciousness, I'm sorry, and righteousness that certain things, you ought need to know. So I started reading. My mother, one of the first books my mother gave me was Man, Child, and the Promised Land by Claude Brown. She gave me that book. And it was about him just kind of being in the streets and different things like that. And then I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. The movie was out, different things. And when you see movies like now The Color Purple is out again, but the original Color Purple, I remember, right? And people talk Alice Walker. So, and my mother always encouraged me to read because she said reading increases your vocabulary. I still remember that. So it was through reading, and then you start connecting dots, and then you start looking at what's going on in your community. um and I say when I went to college, I think college should broaden your brain, your knowledge, right? And you should begin to critically analyze things and not just go by what you see. So when I transferred from community college actually to the 4 year where I got my BSW from Ramapo College of New Jersey, I double minored in public policy and African American studies. So it kind of stayed there, being around particular people, and I'm going to end with this. So uh, my frat Huey P. Newton is the co-founder of the um, Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, and at community college. So he was a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and at Passaic County Community College in Paterson, New Jersey, I introduced Bobby Seale. And I have an autographed copy of his book of Seize the Time, who was the other co-founder of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. So when I read that book, another book, it also sparked my interest because people tell you this, they tell you propaganda, and then when you sit and read, it's like, okay, it's not really like it says it is. Like even when you look at some people call it riots. So I live in the city of Newark, they call it a rebellion. And when you look at when this has happened, it happened in your city in Detroit, right after it happened in Newark, a week after, right? It was always in response to police violence. If you just look back, even with George Floyd,
Mhm.
Eric Gardner, it was always in response to police violence. So that's what kind of, and you just go read. I'm saying this, and then it's bringing me to Martin Luther King. That riots is the language of the unheard. Martin Luther King said that in his last book, "Where Do We Go From Here? Community of Chaos." So yeah, that's how I really got in social action and just being a social worker. I think the profession has kind of gotten away from it. I'm a macro level social worker, but it's always was involved in social action, social justice, and one of our values.